$56 million! That's a headline grabber, a figure that makes you sit up and take notice. But beyond the flashy number, what does it really mean for the people it's supposed to help? Specifically, will it truly help youth homelessness in California? The streets are filled with young people who have nowhere to go, no one to turn to. Governor Newsom's office announced this hefty sum with optimism, painting a hopeful picture of change and support. But we've heard similar promises before, haven't we? Grand announcements that fade away, leaving the problem unsolved. The real question is, will this money reach the young people who need it most? Will it translate into tangible help, or will it get lost in the system? Or will it vanish in California's bureaucratic maze, tangled in red tape and administrative costs? We're talking about kids on the streets, no roof, no bed, no sense of security. Their lives are in limbo and they need real solutions. 56 million sounds great, but is it real help or just political hype? Is it a genuine effort to change lives or just another number in a budget? Let's dive in for answers. Let's look beyond the headlines and see where this money is going, how it's being used, and who it's really helping. These kids need more than just talk. They need action. They need programs that work, support that reaches them, and a community that cares. Let's find out if this is it. Let's see if 56 million bucks can make a real difference. Imagine a small town with no homes, no bustling streets, and no signs of life. The houses are abandoned, the streets are eerily quiet, and the community that once thrived here is now a ghost town. There's no water to drink, no food to eat, and no resources to sustain life. The riverbeds are dry and the public fountains have long stopped flowing. This isn't a scene from a dystopian movie. It's the harsh reality for over 12,000 young Californians. They sit on the streets with their belongings, trying to find a semblance of normalcy in a world that has turned its back on them. A crisis, plain and simple. You can see the distress on their faces, the uncertainty in their eyes. They huddle together for warmth and safety, but the sense of community is fleeting. These aren't just numbers, they're young lives. Each one has a story, a past, and dreams for the future. They stand in line for food, sit on curbs, and wait for a chance to turn their lives around. Many of these young people are fresh out of foster care or juvenile probation. The state was their parent, their guardian, but now they're alone, navigating a world that seems indifferent to their plight. They sit alone on benches, look out over the city, and wonder what the future holds. The transition from state care to independence is fraught with challenges, and many find themselves unprepared and unsupported. Unaccompanied youth make up 10% of California's homeless population. Vulnerable and trying to survive, they camp in parks and sleep in alleys, constantly on the move to avoid danger. Schools are feeling the impact too. The playgrounds are empty, and the classrooms are filled with students who carry the weight of homelessness on their young shoulders. Homeless student numbers are climbing. More and more young people are showing up to school with backpacks that hold all their worldly possessions, up by 9% this school year alone. The increase is staggering, and schools are struggling to keep up with the demand for support and resources. Schools try to help, but a classroom isn't a home. Teachers do their best to provide stability and support, but the challenges these students face go beyond the school walls. It's a tough situation for everyone. Teachers, students, and administrators are all affected by the crisis. They talk in hallways, sit on floors, and try to find solutions in a system that is stretched thin. We need solutions, not just statistics. Community meetings are held, discussions take place in parks, but real change requires action. It's time to address the scale of the crisis and work together to find lasting solutions. So, where's the 56 million going? Not one giant check, thankfully. 33 million to the Transitional Housing Program, helping child welfare agencies secure housing, 13 million for the Housing Navigation Program, training social workers as housing navigators, 9 million for the Transitional Housing Plus program, targeting high-rent counties, mental health services and shelter expansion are included. It's a big shopping list for 56 million. But will it make a difference? Let's hope these plans translate into real change. Young lives depend on it. We need more than just plans. We need results. Let's hear from those affected. Maria aged out of foster care at 18. She felt like she was dropped off a cliff. Jamal from the probation system had nowhere to go. Sleeping in parks, always scared, always hungry. These are the voices behind the numbers. Programs can be lifelines when they work. Sarah found hope in transitional housing, but many more are still waiting. They fear being forgotten. Just another statistic. Do they see the individuals or just the problem? We need to ensure they see the people. California has spent millions on homelessness before, so why another 56 million now? Critics question if it's just political theater. Announce funding, get headlines, but does it solve anything? Federal funds from the American Rescue Plan are running out. Is this new money a genuine strategy or a temporary fix? Some progress has been made since 2020. Homelessness in young adults has decreased, but overall numbers are still massive. We need more than just funding, we need effective solutions. Let's ensure this isn't just another sequel. We need real change. $56 million of taxpayer money. People deserve to see results, not just intentions. We need accountability and transparency. How will we know if this money works better than before? We need clear goals and track progress. Not just checks written, but lives changed. Concerns about how money is used are real. Is it reaching the front lines or lost in bureaucracy? We need to follow every dollar. Leaders say the right things, but we need proof. We need more than sound bites. We need receipts. Let's ensure this money makes a real impact. $56 million for homeless youth. It's a significant amount, but is it enough to make a real difference? Homelessness among young people is a growing crisis, not just in California but across the nation. These funds are a step in the right direction, but the question remains, will they be used effectively? Is it a game changer or just another drop in the ocean? The scale of the problem is immense, and while this funding is a welcome relief, it's just a fraction of what's needed to address the root causes of youth homelessness. We need comprehensive solutions that go beyond temporary fixes. The money is needed desperately. Every day, thousands of young people face the harsh realities of life without a stable home. They struggle with access to education, healthcare, and basic necessities. This funding could provide a lifeline, but only if it reaches those who need it most. Youth homelessness is a human problem, not just California's. It's a crisis that affects communities everywhere. These young people are not just statistics. They are individuals with dreams, aspirations, and potential. They deserve our support and compassion. These young people are our future. Investing in them is investing in the future of our society. When we provide them with the resources and opportunities they need, we are building a stronger, more resilient community for everyone. Without a safe home, how can they dream of a better life? Stability is the foundation upon which they can build their futures. Without it, they are left vulnerable and at risk. This funding must be used to create lasting change, not just temporary relief. We, the public, have a role to play. It's not just about government funding, it's about community involvement and support. We need to come together to create a network of care and assistance for these young people. Stay engaged, ask tough questions, hold our leaders accountable for how these funds are spent, demand transparency and results. It's our responsibility to ensure that this money is used effectively and efficiently. Support organizations doing the hard work, demand accountability consistently. There are many dedicated groups and individuals working tirelessly to help homeless youth. They need our support, both financially and through volunteer efforts. Watch this $56 million closely. Monitor how it's allocated and spent. Ensure that it goes towards sustainable solutions that address the root causes of homelessness, not just temporary band-aids. Hope it brings real help, not just hype. The potential for positive change is there, but it requires careful planning and execution. Let's make sure this funding translates into real, tangible improvements in the lives of homeless youth. Young people are counting on more than promises. They need action, and they need it now. Let's not let them down. Let's turn this funding into a beacon of hope and a catalyst for real change. Let's hope California delivers real change. The eyes of the nation are watching. Let's set an example of how to effectively address youth homelessness and create a brighter future for all.